everyone. Welcome to the Patel and Kumar live watch party finals edition as we are here for game 6 of the 2021 NBA Finals as Mr. Kumar is pointing to the trophy on his shirt between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. So the Milwaukee Bucks currently have a 3-2 lead in the series, and tonight they have a chance to win their first championship since 1971, which will be 50 years, while the Suns are trying to get a victory on the road and force a game 7. You know both of us, your boys, Mr. Patel and Mr. Kumar. Mr. Kumar is live in India, Mumbai, India. Mr. Patel, me, I'm in San Antonio, Texas. So good top of the morning to you, Mr. Kumar.
Oh, very, very good morning, Mr. Patel, and I'm sure you are totally rejuvenated after that wonderful holiday in
Yes.
Hawaii, and you must be excited to cover the finals. And what a game we have. We have had a great series so far. It was 2-0 in favor of the Phoenix Suns, and then the last 3 games, it has all been Milwaukee Bucks. And, this is the game. I just feel it that the Bucks are going to take it, and so far they're leading 18-11 in the first quarter with about a couple of minutes to go, and we got to see whether they lift the trophy today or the Phoenix Suns force a game 7. So everyone, welcome to the Patel and Kumar NBA live watch party, game 6 of the NBA Finals between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. So let's go, Mr. Patel. Let's start
All right.
with the coverage.
Yes, let's go. So thank you, everybody, first of all, for joining, both in India and in the U.S. Thank you very much. Hey, put your prediction of the score and who's going to win in the chat section below. We would love to hear that. As right now, Chris Paul is talking to Scott Foster. Very interesting dynamic there. They two have a little history together. Me and Mr. Kumar will cover that a little later in the show, but Mr. Kumar is a little bit ahead of me, so he's going to be doing more of the play-by-play a little bit. He might get excited about a play if something exciting happens, so you'll know. But as we have 14, I guess the Phoenix Suns made a 3, Mr. Kumar.
And that's another 3 by Bobby Portis. He's red hot from outside the line. He's been having such a major impact for the Milwaukee Bucks. He's already had 6 points on 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. And I think he's been one of the major difference makers for this Milwaukee Bucks team in this particular series.
He has been. He's been huge in that small lineup, Mr. Kumar, as Cameron Payne made a 3 before him and Bobby Portis made a 3. He could stretch the floor, get inside. He's a great rebounder, great defender. They like to play a lot of Giannis at the 5. Bobby Portis plays the 4 position, but they're going really big right now. They have Portis, Lopez, and Giannis in the game, Mr. Kumar. They have a supersized lineup.
Yeah, I think this was one particular lineup they had. A nice spin move by Giannis and make it an 11-point game, the largest lead so far for the Milwaukee Bucks. But as I was saying, they tried this lineup also in the last game where they had Portis, Lopez, Giannis, Middleton, and PJ Tucker. So it was like a really strong lineup for the Milwaukee Bucks. And there were times when actually they, came back from the lead, when they were down 16 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then was with Giannis on the bench. They came back and, equaled the game.
Yeah, Chris Paul was on the floor. Devin Booker, who he had 40 points, something like that the last game. And yeah, Chris Paul was on the bench and they came back, and that was the real difference. The Suns never recovered, so. And the Bucks this at home in this playoffs, Mr. Kumar, have only lost 1 game at home this playoffs. And that game was the Trae Young shimmy game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. So as Eclavias is saying, shout out to them, only 4 teams have ever forced a game 7 on the road. So interesting stat there by Eclavias. And let's see if Phoenix Suns can make it 5, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, and it's a good start for Antetokounmpo as well. He's got 8 points, and that make it 9 after that free throw he just got. So makes it a 10-point game again. And Cameron Payne for Phoenix Suns was the scorer in the previous occasion, cutting the lead to 9. And now with that free throw, it makes it a 10-point game with 45 seconds left in this first quarter.
Hey, there's no counting. There's no countdown, of course, because we are here in Milwaukee, not in Phoenix. So Antetokounmpo has been shooting the ball really well at home from the free throw line compared to on the road, Mr. Kumar, as I believe he makes the first and also makes the second, according to the scoreboard, 27-16. So as with 45 seconds left to play, as there's 65,000 people outside in the Deer District, Milwaukee's ready to explode, ready to celebrate their first championship, like I said, in 50 years. So let's see if they can make it happen. And if necessary, Game 7 will be on Thursday.
Giannis the drive, the shot won't go, and a putback by Lopez makes it a 13-point game. I think this is exactly the situation that the Milwaukee Bucks were in the previous game. And, I think, it's just the tables have turned this time. And that's the end of the quarter. A great quarter for the Milwaukee Bucks, 29, 10 points for Giannis, 7 for Middleton, Drew Holiday with 2 points, and, of course, PJ Tucker with 0. And Bobby Portis, man, he's been great with 6 points on 2 3-pointers on 3 attempts.
Yep.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. And it's not been a great scoring, for the Phoenix Suns in the first quarter, especially Ayton. He's only 1 of 7 from the field.
Yeah, he's the X factor to me. Him and Cameron Johnson. As Stephen A said, that Cameron Johnson, they need to get him in the ball more. Mikal Bridges needs to get a little bit more involved in the game. They're role players. They were too much isolation, too much one-on-one with, and that matchups forced them. Booker was really hot the last game. So let's see if the Suns can share the wealth a little bit more. But for some team stats, Mr. Kumar, Bucks are shooting 11 of 23 from the field compared to only 7 of 24 for the Suns. 3 3-pointers by the Bucks, and 19 rebounds to 8 rebounds for the Bucks. The Bucks are winning the rebounding battle, and they're winning the assists. 6 assists to only 3 for the Suns.
I think in all 3 games the Bucks have won. I think they've out-rebounded Phoenix Suns, especially on the offensive side. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was it was 17-8, or that was kind of statistic. On the offensive rebound, in the last 3 games. So they are taking really big advantage of the size that the Milwaukee Bucks have, especially with Antetokounmpo, Lopez, and Portis playing on the floor together.
Exactly, and another way that they're taking advantage of their size. 14 points in the paint to only 6 for the Suns. Suns were a little bit too 3-point happy, in my opinion, the last game, Mr. Kumar. And they're using their size well because the Suns really, after DeAndre Ayton, they really don't have a lot of size because Dario Saric is out for this series. Frank Kaminsky, you can just tell he's not ready. The lights look a little bit too bright for him. So they're using their jumbo-sized lineups, and they're pounding the ball in the paint, and they're driving to the basket. And I think that's a reason why they're able to get this lead. And on the cusp of hopefully closing out this game and winning the NBA Finals.
Yeah, even Devin Booker is only 1 of 5 from the field and 0 of 2 from the 3-point line. So he's not had a very good start. He has been red hot for the Phoenix Suns. He's had back-to-back 40-point games. But unfortunately, those 40-point games have resulted in a loss for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, because it's him just doing it by himself. Chris Paul, I want to hear your thoughts about this, Mr. Kumar, but he has not looked right. Game 4, he was just doing so many careless turnovers. The Bucks, I love that their defensive game plan, they're putting a lot of pressure on Chris Paul when he's bringing the ball up court, forcing him to dribble with both hands, which he does not look comfortable. To me, his shot looks a little awkward. He's like forcing it. He looks like he's in pain. So Chris Paul has not been the same since like early in the series. What do you think about that, Mr. Kumar?
I think one of the biggest problem is that pick and roll play that Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton mostly have. I think that's been a little bit off in the last 3 games. There's always, he either goes to that mid-range jumper just outside the D, or if there's no switch, and penetration by DeAndre Ayton gets a nice lob pass or something. I think Milwaukee Bucks have been able to kind of stop that from happening too often, and that's one of the particular reasons that Chris Paul has been less effective for the Phoenix Suns.
I agree. They've been blitzing the pick and roll, not letting him get to the mid-range shot. The Phoenix Suns, ladies and gentlemen, have shot the most mid-range shots in the NBA. That's their bread and butter. Taking away the mid-range shots, forcing them to shoot threes, and that's not their bread and butter. And they've taken them out of their game plan. So that's the big thing that the Milwaukee Bucks have been doing. As we are starting the second quarter, Mr. Kumar, as you can do some of this play-by-play to see what's going to happen early and see what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, so far, I think a minute passed, but both teams have not been really able to get in. But Cameron Payne there with a nice penetration inside, getting a nice layup, cutting the lead back to 11 points, 29-18 in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis takes a mid-range jumper, and this time he misses. And that's another good thing by Giannis. I think he has been, pretty good with his shot selections. He's been dominating more from inside the paint rather than trying to settle for, those jumpers, which he's not really good at. And I think, that's also been one of the key reasons why you see a very high percentage shooting from Giannis, throughout this series. And hey, game one, we were all discussing whether Giannis is even going to play the series after the injury he had, in the previous, series. And, but he came back in game one. I think he didn't look really great in game one, but he picked up, the slack. And game two, game five, I think he has been pretty phenomenal for the Milwaukee Bucks.
He has. And this is going to sound weird, ladies and gentlemen, but that injury to Giannis was kind of a blessing in disguise for them because they got Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, more confidence, show them that, hey, you guys can carry the team when needed. So then when Giannis comes back, he was not 100% the first two games, but those guys played well. So I think that's carrying on into this series, Mr. Kumar, as Cameron Payne hits another three, 29-21. So I think that's Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday are playing with a lot more confidence and a lot more freer, and it's a result from the last series.
Yeah, and he's had some fantastic plays in the last two games. The game four, that block on DeAndre Ayton, and then of course that lob, dunk from Drew Holiday in the last game. So he's making a very big impact. And for me, what a block by Giannis on DeAndre Ayton, another defensive move when we were just talking about him.
So, Mr. Kumar, I got to ask you, as a hardcore LeBron fan, which block was better, that Giannis block in Phoenix or that LeBron block in Game 7? Because it was a little bit of a debate. I still think the LeBron block was better, slightly, because it was Game 7 and the magnitude of that moment. But what do you think about that?
I feel the LeBron block was a better one. I mean, how can you rate these, blocks on which is better, which is not? I think the key thing was my only criteria was that, LeBron had to cover a lot of court in order to get to that block. Whereas, Giannis, of course, was there. He had to make his moves, but still, I think maybe on a degree of ease, I think Giannis's block was a little bit easier than probably LeBron's block.
Yeah, they were both pretty impressive blocks, but yeah, Giannis is definitely blocked. It was a big impact.
Yeah, I think the people are talking about comparing those two blocks is because I think both games were really at the cusp. It was those end moments, and the game could have gone either way in both those moves. Of course, Game 7 finals, Cleveland making a comeback. The drama was all in that, Cleveland Warriors series, whereas here it was just Game 4.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was a Game 7 or a Game 6 like today, I think it would have been talked about a little bit more than, more than now.
Yeah, but Giannis, it was a lob. The lob kind of helped, compared to just a layup when Andre Iguodala was trying to shoot that. But yeah, Giannis's long arms allowed him to get to that block. It was just a hustle play. He never gave up on the play. He was able to cut Booker off. I believe it was Booker that threw that pass, and then still get back because he knew Booker was going to try to throw it to DeAndre Ayton. So both blocks were impressive. But yeah, the LeBron block, Game 7 in Oracle Arena, 73-9 Warriors team coming back from 3-1. So I have to give a small edge to that LeBron block. So as we are here in a commercial, Mr. Kumar, the Suns made up a little ground as we were talking, 29-24, 8:47 left. So let's talk about the U.S. Olympic team, Mr. Kumar. So they had some tune-up games. Lost to Nigeria, had another loss to, I believe, Australia, but then they came back and won the last game. But what about Keldon Johnson? Is San Antonio Spur? He was on our show, ladies and gentlemen. So be sure you check out that episode. It was right before the All-Star our All-Star episode. So me and Mr. Kumar interviewed Keldon Johnson, our first NBA player that we've interviewed on the show. First of many NBA players we're going to interview. But he had a great performance, Mr. Kumar, in that last game. 15 points against Spain. He really was the Energizer Bunny. He was making some nice deflections on defense, running the floor, getting some nice layups. He was a very active member on the floor, and he made the U.S. select squad that is currently in Tokyo, Mr. Kumar.
He did. I think congratulations to Keldon Johnson. I think he's part of the USA select team to play scrimmages against the USA team that was going to go to Tokyo. And of course, they were hit by a few injuries and some health protocol issues with Bradley Beal. So they had to make some selections. So it's a good thing for Keldon Johnson. He was there, right place at the right time. I know there was a lot of debate in terms of whether it should have been Trae Young or Ja Morant or something. But for me, it was like, hey, he's already been, kind of practicing with the U.S. team for the past, 7-10 days. He's had a few scrimmages, and he also got an opportunity to play all the exhibition games because, Middleton, Booker, and Holiday, they're all playing in the finals. So that's what made his selection much more easier, and he's getting a good opportunity here. So congratulations to Keldon Johnson.
Yep, go Spurs, go.
And of course, Popovich being the coach, maybe he had the preference, and I don't blame him for that because you have a wide range of selection for the U.S. team, and it's not easy to get selected for the U.S. team because a lot of times it's more like an invitation to all the top players. Hey, do you want to come and play? Do you want to come and play? And then once you have roster filled up, then you go on to select like the fringe players, So I would like to see more minutes for Keldon Johnson in the Olympics. So let's hope.
We'll see, because those three guys are going to be coming back. They're heavy at the guard spot and the 3 spot, Mr. Kumar. But yeah, no, he adds a nice flavor because they don't need a Trae Young or Ja Morant, another guy that can have the ball in their hands because they already have Zach LaVine, Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant. They need someone that's going to get the easy buckets, that's going to hustle, it's going to play hard, do the little things. And I think he perfectly fits that mold, plays defense. They already have enough scoring. So he's going to do the little things, bring a lot of leadership to this team, a lot of different intangibles. He's the youngest player on this team at 21 years old. He's going to enter his 3rd season in the NBA. What an experience for Keldon Johnson. He's going to be a better player, and I cannot wait to see what he does next year, Mr. Kumar. As Jay Crowder makes 2 free throws, but I guess it looks like the Bucks score, Mr. Kumar.
Again, a very tentative shot here by DeAndre Ayton. He's struggling from the D, and that's not a good sign for the Phoenix Suns.
He's the X factor, in my opinion.
Bobby Portis.
Woohoo! The headband. Bobby Portis is doing work early. He has 8 points, Mr. Kumar?
He's got 8 points. Yes,
yeah.
And that's Chris Paul missing that mid-range jumper, and Bobby Portis inside. And he gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Chris Paul committing that foul. Wow, look at the crowd outside.
The Deer District.
Man,
65,000 strong.
I mean, it's crazy out there. It's crazy. I mean, I think it feels like there are going to be riots there if the Milwaukee wins.
Oh man, exactly. They're ready to celebrate. The whole city of Milwaukee is ready to explode. First championship in 50 years, with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So, yeah.
26-32. Bobby Portis on the line. He gets the first one.
Man.
And he will shoot the second one and make it a 7-point game, 33-26 in favor of the Milwaukee Bucks.
And when Bobby Portis, I heard, was first, on the Bucks, I thought like, okay, it's not going to be much of an impactful, acquisition, but he really is. He brings that energy. He brings that competitive juice. He plays defense. He has some offensive skill, Mr. Kumar. He can put the ball on the floor, finish inside, shoot the occasional three. He's a tough guy, and I think you need that with him. So what a pickup by the Milwaukee Bucks. This series, he's averaged 6 points in 15 minutes, so pretty efficient.
Yeah, he's been efficient in the previous series, but he's been having an impact series, I would say, in the finals. So he, I mentioned it before. It's more of, and the lead is cut to 3 by
there you go, Booker.
Mikal Bridges making that layup.
Oh, okay.
So 33-30, same situation the Milwaukee Bucks were in, and Phoenix are just writing the playbook again.
So we have some bragging rights on this, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Kumar, I believe he said Bucks in 7. I think they're going to win the finals. I said the Suns, so I'm hoping that the Suns are able to force a Game 6 here. A little selfishly as a fan. Game 7.
Game 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Game 7. Excuse me. Yeah. I'm a little bit selfish as a basketball fan.
And a foul here by Bobby Portis, so a chance for Mikal Bridges to cut the lead to 1.
See, this is the Mikal Bridges, Mr. Kumar, that we saw earlier in the playoffs. The aggressive Mikal Bridges that was making shots. Not the tentative one that looked uneasy, was trying to do too much. So if they can unlock this Mikal Bridges, the Suns team has a chance to win this game.
So he misses the first one.
Even though, in my opinion, Mr. Kumar, I don't know, but that block looked a little clean. Maybe he got him with the body a little bit, but nevertheless.
No, it didn't. His hand didn't really get the ball. It hit his shoulder. So
let's see the replay.
Yeah. So it was kind of.
Oh yeah, like, clear foul. They showed it on a different angle. Clear foul. Yep. Clear foul.
So it's a 2-point game, 33-31, with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in this half.
Oh, God.
I think Drew Holiday needs to really get it going. PJ Tucker on the corner, and just 5 seconds on the shot clock. Make it 4-3, and a tough shot, tough angle for Drew Holiday. You can almost consider that as a turnover because that was like a forced shot instead of like making a Booker trying to get inside. And the ball is tipped outside with 11 seconds on the shot clock.
You got a close game here, Mr. Kumar. So that's all that we can hope for. Hopefully, it goes down to the wire. The last couple Game 6s that we've done have been a little one-sided. So let's hope this game is the best that we've done. So,
Chris Paul with an easy layup against Connaughton. Tied ball game. We have a tied ball game.
Let's go. Keep chipping away, Suns.
It's almost like a 18-5.
Yeah.
And the pass is
This deflected. Is exactly like what happened in Game 5, as Mr. Kumar alluded to earlier. Suns come out roaring in Game 5, get the big 16-point lead. Bucks come back. Bucks come roaring in the first quarter, and then the Suns come back. So let's see which team can maintain that competitive edge and is able to win this game.
Yeah, I think the Bucks really need to take advantage here with
Booker out.
Yeah, PJ Tucker from the corner, and he misses, but a rebound by Connaughton. He has been great on that offensive rebounding side. Pat Connaughton, he hits the boards.
And making the shots. He had a couple of huge shots the last game, even in the Brooklyn series. Yeah.
A couple of very deep threes, mind you.
Yep. He's a baller, Mr. Kumar. I remember his days at Notre Dame. He's a good player. He's a good pick. And he's kind of filling that Dante DiVincenzo role a little bit. Guy that can defend and then can make timely shots.
I'm really surprised that Budenholzer has also picked Jeff Teague in the rotation, although he's only about like 2 or 3 minutes. But I mean, I'm like, I didn't even know he existed in the team.
I just remember him with the Hawks way back in the day, and then that's really and he's been bouncing around ever since then, Yeah.
So foul on the entry pass, so it could be.
Yep. As you're showing, Game 7, if necessary, is going to be Thursday night here in the U.S., Friday morning. India time. So we're going to be doing, for just a programming note, there's a Game 7. We're going to be doing another watch party, same time as this watch party. If not, then we're going to be doing a show Friday evening, 7 p.m. India time. So be sure on the Patel and pick and roll.
So two free throws for DeAndre Ayton, and
I like that.
The Phoenix Suns take the lead 35-33 after quite a big hiatus from the first quarter till now.
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday again with a desperate shot. The shot selection by Drew Holiday needs to be better.
Oh, that's 3 fouls, Mr. Kumar, on Chris Middleton. That's good. He might be out for the rest of this first half,
Well, he hasn't been taken out yet.
And yeah, just like I was saying, just quick programming. No, yeah, we'll be back 7 p.m. India time Friday evening. We're going to be recapping the finals. You can watch on the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel and the Ekalavias YouTube channel. It's going to be our regular show, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't checked our regular show out, be sure to check it out on those YouTube channels. A 9-0 run for Phoenix, Mr. Kumar, in the last 3 minutes, and they're able to take the lead.
I think, as I told you, I think some 18-5 run. 20-5 run, so what?
I was about to go crazy if Devin Booker made that shot, that pull-up 3, man.
Okay. You're like way behind, man.
That's why you're doing the play-by-play. Oh, man. Yeah, right now I had to rely on my TV. In the U.S., the League Pass app does not work, for the playoffs. So
no, but we're getting it on TV. We're getting the same feed that you're getting. But, I mean, you're closer. I thought you should be probably a few seconds ahead of me because, it takes a little bit of time to travel from the U.S. to India,
Well, are you watching it on Star Sports or ABC?
Yes, watching on Star Sports.
Star Sports, okay. Yep. Yeah, shout out to Star Sports, for
make it a 1-point game. Antetokounmpo makes the second free throw, misses the first one.
Yeah, Middleton is still in. He has 3 fouls. So that's an interesting move by Bud. Maybe he trusts them that he's not able to pick up that foul, but
a nice fadeaway jumper by Chris Paul. 37-34.
That's the Chris Paul I want to see. That's the playoffs Chris Paul I want to see, Mr. Kumar. He needs to turn back the clock a little bit. Vintage.
And a foul here by Lopez. So Ayton will go to the free throw line again.
But have you noticed that he's been more aggressive the last, this quarter, getting to the free throw line, getting in the paint? I like that aggressive Ayton. He's the X factor I've been saying this entire series.
Yeah, again, a nice pick and roll here. Switch onto the Kumpo on Chris Paul. Chris Paul just does what he does best. A step back. And Ayton makes it a 4-point game. Phoenix Suns have been on a roll.
And it's a foul. Loose ball foul. Ayton gets the rebound. Lopez fouls him.
And Milwaukee Bucks have scored just 5 points in this quarter so far.
Yep. Ayton is the X factor. When he plays well and he dominates, as you see in the Clippers series, the Nuggets series, Lakers series, the Suns win because he gives them an interior presence. He can block shots. He's great in the pick and roll. He rolls hard. So DeAndre Ayton playing well is a really good sign for the Phoenix Suns in this game.
Antetokounmpo gets a nice right hook on Ayton from inside the paint and makes it a 3-point game. Chris Paul.
See, Chris Paul with 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 3 assists. So Let's see if he can score over 20. I think he needs to score over 25 plus points, Mr. Kumar. And Booker needs to score in the 35 to 40 range if the Suns want to win this game.
Yeah. Monty Williams takes the timeout.
0 for 6 from 3 this quarter by the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think their shot selection has been really poor this quarter. They were really aggressive in the first quarter, and that's what helped them take that huge lead. But Drew Holiday has been pretty much non-existent offensively in this entire game so far, and he was phenomenal last game, shooting almost 55%. I think he was 60%. He was 12 of 20 from the field last game, and I think he scored bulk of his points during that lead that the Phoenix had in order to make a comeback, and he helped the Bucks equalize. So
yeah, every time. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he just needs to pick up the mantle a little bit and try to be more aggressive scoring wise.
Yeah, I think the last game, every time when the Suns try to make a run, Drew Holiday would just be like, "No, not in my house." He would make that big shot. I think Middleton is the closer for the Bucks, but when Drew Holiday is aggressive, going to the hole, shooting the mid-range, making the three, it opens up this Bucks offense to another level that makes them really tough to defend. He's a very versatile player, so if he needs to pick it up in the second half, and if he does, then the Bucks offense is going to be clicking on all cylinders. So
we have a timeout here by the Phoenix Suns.
39-36. We are game 6 of the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, two Popovich prodigies are currently coaching in this game. Monty Williams, who played for the Spurs, then Mike Budenholzer, who was a longtime assistant coach. Yep. So two Spurs Popovich tree is being well represented in this game so far, Mr. Kumar. Both coaches.
If we do count the number of head coaches who have been part of Popovich's team, I think I can count more than 4 or 5 who've got a head coaching job in this league.
Yeah, I know Borrego for sure.
Nick Nurse. I think Nick Nurse was also part of
Nick Nurse.
Popovich.
Ime Udoka, who just now the Celtics head coach. Mike Budenholzer. I don't know if Eric Spoelstra, maybe. I don't know. I think he was like an intern for the Spurs or something, a video intern or something. I don't know, but all people with family Spurs roots, So.
I think Spoelstra might be a very, very brief stay because he did join the Miami Heat as a video coordinator, and then of course he rose through the ranks to become the head coach of a championship team. But I know for sure the 4 or 5 current head coaches who were assistant coaches under Greg Popovich.
And our friend, Mr. Kumar, Mr. Coach Taylor Jenkins, of course, the coach of the Memphis Grizzlies. He's a friend of the program. We've had him on multiple times on the show, so go check it out. A great guy. Great season by the Grizzlies, Mr. Kumar, making it into the playoffs and, giving the Jazz a little scare there, winning a game against the Jazz. So, yeah, shout out to Coach Jenkins.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Coach Jenkins was also the coach of the Austin Toros.
The G League team.
The G League team. And offensive foul here on Mikal Bridges, turning the ball over. And I think Monty Williams will be pretty upset with that because especially when you come out of timeout, you would expect, to have a drawn play and, everything go according to plan. But that's not the case here.
Yeah, he was just doing a little bit too much there. But great defense by the Milwaukee Bucks. So stat watch, Mr. Kumar. Chris Paul, 7 points, 3 assists. Giannis, 13 points, 7 rebounds, nearing a double-double in this game. So strong performance by Giannis so far. And
Chris Paul, easy mid-range jumper, making a 5-point lead for the Phoenix Suns.
That's Chris Paul, Mr. Kumar. That's a Chris Paul we've seen throughout this playoffs and this regular season. That mid-range shot is money for him. So yeah, Monty Williams, 14 wins this postseason, in his 7th year. First playoffs appearance for him, and look at that, they're in the finals. So it'll be the first
3-point game.
championship for either.
Giannis with that easy layup from a pass through Drew Holiday. Chris Paul again a mid-range jumper, and this time it's good. So he's had two baskets on a trot, and he's up to 11 points and 3 assists.
Yeah, you just keep plugging away. As I was saying, Budenholzer and Monty Williams are both coaching for their first championship. So it'll be a pretty big feat whoever wins this game and who wins this series.
It almost looks like it's a duel between Giannis and Chris Paul.
The stars.
Both are going at it for their respective teams.
Ooh. I just saw that second mid-range shot by Chris Paul.
And a nice lob here this time for DeAndre Ayton. And finally, he gets points in the paint.
Ooh. So 45-40, Phoenix Suns. 109 left to play before halftime. Again, it's a do or die.
Nice lob here by Drew Holiday, but they wave it off, saying that it's above the rim.
Again, we're game 6 here. Bucks trying to win their championship since 1971, and the Suns are trying to force a game 7 back in Phoenix.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a look at it.
Let me see it. I'm just saw. Oh yeah, that was basket interference for sure. That was a shot. It looked like, or
no, I mean because it was in the circumference of the rim. They wave it off.
In FIBA, that would have been legal, Mr. Kumar. FIBA,
yes,
you can once it's on the cylinder, you can still touch it. But unfortunately, we're not playing by FIBA rules here. We're playing by NBA rules. So
a nice block here by Antetokounmpo and a shot clock violation. Thank God for the buzzer. Otherwise, it would have been an easy layup for Antetokounmpo there.
What was the rule, Mr. Kumar? Was that basket interference?
Yeah, I mean, yes, because, the ball has to be away from the circumference of the rim, So if it is in the circumference of the rim, I mean, in the NBA, you're not allowed to pretty much interfere with the ball. I mean,
yeah, no,
so Brook Lopez. If Brook Lopez had caught the ball maybe a few inches away from the rim and then made that putback, it was still counted.
Yeah. Yeah, I just saw the block by Giannis. It would have been a breakaway dunk, but unfortunately, it's a shot clock violation. So
Chris Middleton, and he misses. So Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday both have been really, non-existent offensively. So Chris Paul and an easy jumper again. It's been Chris Paul.
He's money
for the last 5 minutes. 47-40 in favor of Phoenix as we are nearing the end of this quarter with just 12 seconds remaining.
Chris Paul getting to his spots, money, his mid-range jumper, Mr. Kumar. He has 13 points? Or Giannis has 13 points. Chris Paul has, I believe, 11 points, something like that. But both players have been playing really well so far. As we are ending here, the first half.
I think Booker has been hasn't got really great opportunities here in this first half.
Hey, Chris Paul's taking it over, though. I love it. Chris Paul's helping his teammate out. Maybe Booker will get hot in the third and fourth quarter as we are winding down here the first half. I thought Chris Paul may have got hit also on the arm. He was motioning that to the ref, but no call here. As maybe it's a foul, I think, right now, right, with the clock stuff.
Yeah, it's Chris Middleton shooting.
Okay. Yep.
So Chris Paul, the top scorer for the Phoenix Suns with 13 points. Booker has had only 8 attempts so far from the field. He's 2 of 8. He's got only 4 points. Cameron Payne has 10 points.
Yeah. as Chris Paul was pleading his case there to Scott Foster, thought he got fouled on the other end of the floor to no avail.
But I think the star of the game so far has been
Chris
Giannis
Paul.
with 17 points. He's got 6 of 10 from the field, and he's 5 of 6 from the free throw line, which is a good sign. But I think a little bit, slow game for Middleton and Holiday. Middleton has 9 points, and Holiday has only 2 points on 1 of 11 shooting.
Yep, and Mr. Kumar gave you the player stats. Let me give you the team stats, ladies and gentlemen. The Suns are shooting 18 of 42 from the field, 43%, compared to only 35% from the Bucks. Right now, rebounding, Bucks have the edge 27-22. Bucks have the edge on the assist. Both teams are even with points in the paint at 20 points. And the largest lead for the Bucks was 13 points, but the Suns have cut the lead down to lead by 5 points. Chris Paul has 13 points, 6 of 10 shooting, and Giannis has 17 points, also 6 of 10 shooting. As we are here at halftime, me and Mr. Kumar are going to go on a quick little break. Or Mr. Kumar, at least I'm going to go on. We're going to go on a quick little break here before we get back to the second half as we are playing these highlights. So we'll see y'all soon.
In a few minutes.
Yeah, in a few minutes. Yep. Yeah, we are back. It is 47-42 at the half. The Bucks lead the series 3-2, trying to win the NBA Finals tonight in front of their home crowd in Milwaukee. The Deer District has 65,000 people outside, not including the people that are in the arena, while the Suns are trying to force a Game 7 in Phoenix. So the Bucks road. Let's talk about the road a little bit. To this finals. In the first round, they beat the Heat. They swept them. So great job of that series. They beat the Brooklyn Nets in the second round, who I was actually cheering for. Wait, I just have some stats. The points differential was +3 by the Bucks in Game 5, but Phoenix in this game reversed that and has a +5 point differential. So back to that. So the Bucks ended up beating the Brooklyn Nets in the second round. Unfortunately, I was cheering for the Brooklyn Nets, but, James Harden was on one leg and, Kyrie Irving, of course, was out, but still, nevertheless, the Bucks won that series. Then they played against the Atlanta Hawks, the 5th seed, but, Trae Young had a nice first game, but then the Bucks completely shut him down, the rest of the series pretty much, and shut the others down, even though Trae Young was not right after injuring himself after stepping on the ref's foot. And also Giannis missed some time. He looked like a very devastating injury. Looked like that he may be out for the playoffs, but luckily it was just a tweak or a sprain, I should say, and he was able to make his way back in the playoffs. And Giannis was able to come back for the finals, but Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday really picked up the slack in that series. I felt like both of those guys gained confidence. They were feeding off each other. They were playing more free, finding their own shots. And then when Giannis came back, I think that really translated over where those guys. Giannis is a great passer. He's not a selfish player at all. Where Giannis was able to get it to them to their spots, and they were making a lot of clutch shots. Chris Middleton is the closer, and then Drew Holiday makes a lot of big shots, as you saw in Game 5. And it's also the role players too. Bobby Portis, he's been doing his work, playing really well. Pat Connaughton, so I think it's a great overall, team effort by the Bucks. They move the ball well. They play defense. They play as a team, and it's really showing. So let's see if they can replicate that and continue to play their style of basketball in the second half, as Mr. Kumar is back, and we are still at the half. So, Mr. Kumar, what are your thoughts, heading into the second half? What are you looking for from both teams?
I think better shot selection from Milwaukee Bucks for sure. In the second quarter, they were really awful in terms of shooting. Only Giannis was able to really make a difference from the paint. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton have to really, support Giannis here if they really want to win this ball game. He can't do it alone. Bobby Portis was really good in the first quarter, and he didn't do much in the second. So offensively, I think Drew Holiday needs to take more control of the game. Being the point guard. As far as the Phoenix is concerned, I think DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. Devin Booker is only 2 of 8 from the field with 4 points. So they've done a good job on him defensively. But I think he's one of those players who can get going any second. So Bucks need to control him. But Chris Paul has been making the right decisions so far. He's been the catalyst in terms of getting that run for Phoenix in the second quarter and taking that lead after that, deficit that they had, 13-point deficit, 16-29. And I think Milwaukee Bucks only scored in the single digits, if I'm not mistaken, in this first half.
It was complete tale of two quarters. The Bucks looked like they came out like trailblazers, firing at all cylinders, ready to take home this championship. But then the Suns regrouped a little bit. They looked a little uneasy in the first quarter. In the second quarter, they played more Phoenix Suns basketball. Ball movement. Chris Paul made some big shots. I think settled everybody down as a veteran. Mikal Bridges made some nice shots too. DeAndre Ayton got involved. So the Suns really settled down and were able to cut this deficit. Not only cut this deficit, I should say, but also get the lead, Mr. Kumar. So I'm going to be looking for my quick thoughts for the Suns. Devin Booker, Chris Paul are going to have huge second halves, plus some production from the role players. Other than for the Bucks, it has to be Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday needs to step up because they're going to build a wall on Giannis, and those guys are going to need to make shots to allow the Bucks to bring it home in the second half.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a cracker of the second half.
What's going to happen, man?
Yeah, I know. What's going to happen? I think Milwaukee Bucks are on the cusp of winning NBA championship after 50 years. And Phoenix Suns, that'll be the first ever championship for the Phoenix Suns if they force a game 7. So
exactly,
the stakes are really, really high. And this next 24 minutes are really going to be exciting for both teams.
It is. We cannot wait. Must-see basketball. We're in the NBA Finals. Is this the last 24 minutes of this NBA season, or is it going to be extended by another game? We shall see, ladies and gentlemen. And before we get to this, second half, I just wanted to quickly give some other NBA news before we dive deep into, the second half. Let's talk about the coaching vacancies, Mr. Kumar. So there were 7 coaching vacancies that needed to be filled. More have been filled since the last time me and Mr. Kumar talked. Of course, Wes Unseld Jr. is now the head coach for the Washington Wizards. So congratulations to him. Willie Green, a Suns assistant coach, is now going to be replacing Stan Van Gundy with the New Orleans Pelicans. Jamal Mosley is going to be replacing Steve Clifford with the Orlando Magic. Of course, you already know Chauncey Billups with the Portland Trail Blazers, Jason Kidd with the Dallas Mavericks, Rick Carlisle with the Indiana Pacers, Ime Udoka with the Boston Celtics, and Nate McMillan takes off the interim tag, and he's now the head man for the Atlanta Hawks, Mr. Kumar.
That lots of musical chair going on with the coaching staffs, and of course, I think the most highlighted ones were the Boston Celtics and the Portland Trailblazers, and and we also now will pretty much start in a few days or a few weeks, the free agency talk as well. A lot of players in the free agency market, whether they extend their contracts with their current teams or they're going to make switches. The most notable ones, Damian Lillard. There were rumors that he's going to ask for a trade, but he came out and clarified that nothing like that. He's still undecided, and he would decide after the Olympics. Then, of course, Steph Curry, Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan, all these people are still on the block. So it's going to be a very interesting free agency season.
It is. Yeah, we're going to get into that because the training camps, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a quick off season. Training camp starts September 28th, and I think the season starts, Mr. Kumar can correct me, October 19th, 18th, 19th, something
yes.
like that?
Yeah.
And then the draft, ladies and gentlemen, is next Thursday. So this is going to be a quick offseason here because the NBA is trying to get back on their normal schedule. Their usual season goes from like October to like mid-June, something like that. So they're trying to get back on schedule. The players that are playing the Olympics, like the Bookers, Holidays, and Middletons, it's going to be a quick turnaround for them, Mr. Kumar, because the Olympics is going to end in August. But it's going to be very exciting, as Mr. Kumar rightly said, and we'll see what's going to happen. There could be some major moves happening in free agency. Because with Damian Lillard, who, he keeps saying that he's not going to request the trade, even though the reports are he is. So, is Damian Lillard going to stay in Portland, or is he going to be in a new uniform next year? I cannot wait to see.
Yeah, and there are also talks about Zion Williamson. He wasn't really happy with the situation in New Orleans, although he's not really up for he's not at the end of his contract yet.
He's only his third year, ladies and gentlemen.
And then, of course, the perennial talk of the town during free agency is the New York Knicks. They were good, I would say, decently good during the regular season, but not so particularly well in the postseason. They lost the first round against Atlanta Hawks, and they have a lot of salary room as well. So, so it remains to be seen what's going to happen there.
Yeah. And Mr. Kumar, there was, just quickly before we get into the second half, there was a rumor that Chris Paul might consider the Knicks. So that would be very interesting if he would leave the Phoenix Suns or not.
I forgot to talk about that. Chris Paul is also at
How
the end of
crazy
his
would that
contract.
be?
So a little bit of monsoon showers here in Mumbai. It's been, a very, very wet week for us. Pretty heavy rains, and those heavy rains have caused my dish, to kind of fail. And 47-42 in favor of the Phoenix Suns, and we have a start. And
It's been the opposite here, Mr. Kumar. In Texas, of course, has been dry and really hot and sunny here as the rains are happening there in India.
and Mikal Bridges with that layup makes it a 7-point game.
Good start. Good start, by the Suns. Nice job attacking the basket by Mikal Bridges. Yep, 11:31, just getting started in this third quarter. 49-42 Phoenix Suns.
And 49
Okay.
make Giannis with that shot from the paint.
He thought Giannis, the play before, thought he had a clean block on Mikal Bridges, but to no avail. It was goaltending.
Clearly goaltending.
Yeah, but he wanted to challenge it, but good job.
And he goes to the free throw line for a 3-point play. And he gets that one. So make it 45-49.
Oh, he makes the free throw. All right.
Yeah, I think I need to switch it to my league pass.
Okay. As Mr. Kumar is doing that, Giannis makes the free throw, cuts it, to a 4-point deficit as the Phoenix Suns are bringing the ball back down the court. 10:58 left to play here in this third quarter. As Mikal Bridges misses the dunk, but Brook Lopez gets the defensive rebound and Chris Paul commits the foul.
Okay.
Oh, Giannis makes a three-pointer, 49-48.
Okay.
So that's a rarity we see. Giannis made three-pointer. That the Phoenix Suns come back and score the bucket. So 51-48, Phoenix Suns.
Sorry, it's going to take a little bit of time for me.
It's all right. Take your time. What's up, Cole? Thank you for joining this live watch party. Who are you cheering for, Cole? What is your prediction in this game? Are you going for the Milwaukee Bucks or the Phoenix Suns? You're going to agree with Mr. Kumar, who's going for the Bucks, and I'm going for the Phoenix Suns. So we want to hear from you, Cole, and give us a score prediction. But the Suns make the alley-oop. Devin Booker makes the mid-range shot, 53-48, as PJ Tucker commits a turnover. It's going to be Phoenix Suns ball. Giannis is 3 of 14 from 3 in these finals. It's been a struggle for him. At least he's not attempting as many threes as he was earlier in the playoffs when the defense was literally daring him to. He's doing a great job of attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. Most of his points are in the paint very efficiently because he's bigger than everyone and he's really tough to stop. So great job, Giannis, for making that adjustment. And Cole is agreeing with me. He is saying Suns will win 104-100. So Cole's got a close game. I'm hoping it's a close game, Cole. Suns are going to win to the wire, So, I also picked the Phoenix Suns to win this game and force a game 7. So again, Cole, thank you for joining, and thank you everybody else for joining. We want to hear from you all, ladies and gentlemen. Put your prediction of the score and the team that will win. Are you going for the Bucks like Mr. Kumar, or are you going for the Phoenix Suns like Mr. Patel? And Devin Booker makes another mid-range shot, Mr. Kumar, 55-50, as Giannis commits a turnover, throws a bad pass out of bounds.
And a bad pass by Giannis makes it a turnover, another turnover. They've been pretty sloppy with the ball this game. 13 turnovers for Milwaukee compared to 8 for Phoenix.
That's whoever wins the turnover battle. Suns had too many turnovers last
steal. Nice steal here by Drew Holiday. He's unable to make that layup, but he gets a foul and he will go to the free throw line. Nice steal there by Drew Holiday. Again, he's been great defensively throughout this entire series. And
he draws the foul there as Devin Booker lost the ball. He had the nice steal like he did in Game 5. So great job, great defensive play by Drew Holiday to be able to get to the foul line. And Devin Booker was complaining, thought Drew Holiday was a little bit too aggressive on that play, but to no avail. So almost an and one there, Mr. Kumar. But he makes the first one.
Almost, yeah. And then first one and makes the second, make it a 3-point ball game.
As Chris Paul comes and misses the 17-foot pull-up jump shot. Giannis with the rebound. And
Chris Paul misses that mid-range jumper.
I'm looking at the play-by-play on ESPN because, of course, as you know, Line TV is a little bit behind Mr. Kumar. So,
and Giannis takes it inside, cuts the lead to 1.
1, yep.
We have a ball game in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very exciting one. And Devin Booker misses that 3, so he has been not having a good game offensively.
But I think it's a foul, Mr. Kumar, right? On the Bucks.
Almost an and one.
Who draws that foul? And I believe the foul on the Bucks, right? Yeah.
Phoenix, Antetokounmpo goes to the line.
Oh, Antetokounmpo, it's on Phoenix. Oh, okay. I thought he took an extra step there, Mr. Kumar, but Phoenix thought
he did. But I think, a foul was called beforehand, so he's driving for that layup, so automatic. So 25 points for Giannis. 2. 9.
Yeah. He hit him on the arm before the.
Make it a tied ball game.
25 points for Giannis, 9 of 14 from the field, 9 rebounds on the precipice of a double-double. 6 of 7 at the line, Mr. Kumar. So,
yeah,
I don't mean to jinx him, but he makes both of them actually. So the Bucks regain the lead. We're seeing they're showing a transformation. In 2013, when he was drafted, he was 196 pounds, and now 8 years later, Mr. Kumar, he's a whopping 242. Very muscular, and a whole different player.
Yeah, I know. He was like 162 pounds, and now he's like, 242?
242. According to the ESPN, they said 196 pounds when he was drafted.
196.
Yeah.
Another turnover here for the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, God. Crowd is going crazy and getting back into this game.
And Giannis again, trying to get the ball and makes it an offensive rebound and a putback. So 3-point lead here for the Milwaukee Bucks. So Milwaukee Bucks trying to make a comeback. And, the game is being played in Milwaukee. So it's going to be a very, very noisy crowd out there. I would really love to have been in Milwaukee for this game.
Yeah, it's crazy loud. They love their team here as they can feel that NBA Finals. So they have a 3-point lead, 58-55, as we are in a timeout. Good timeout by Monty Williams. Try to read.
Yeah, and just to give a shout out to all my Muslim friends, it is Bakri Eid today. So a very happy Eid to all of you.
Yeah, happy Eid. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to having some nice biryanis. That's,
you're making me hungry, Mr. Kumar. Come on.
Once again, very greetings for the occasion.
Yeah,
and very, very happy Eid to all of you.
Yep, happy Eve. And yep, I hope everybody enjoyed their day in India. Or I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Excuse me, it's the morning time there. So seems like Mr. Kumar's having a great start to his morning. He has his coffee. He's enjoying this NBA Finals game. So
yeah, and a crazy stat here from our back end guy, the Ekalavyas.
yeah, shout out.
Shout out to Ekalavyas. Giannis once had a game where he went 17 of 17 from the free throw line. Was the free throw line just 2 feet away from the basket during that time?
The dunks count as free throws. I think that's what Mr. Kumar is asking.
Oh man. So I mean, we do know. I mean, I think what I feel is that it's all a mental side of it. I mean, we know that he probably has the ability to take proper free throws, go at it, but sometimes you're just so tense mentally that you're just scared to take those free throws, and that's what happens.
Just ask Ben.
Good morning to you as well.
Yeah, good morning, Bhushan.
Well, Bhushan.
Who are you going for, Bhushan? What's your prediction in this game? You got the Bucks or the Suns? I want to hear from you. So yeah, but Mr. Kumar, just ask Ben Simmons about this, about how it is mentally going to the line. So that's.
Hey, you got to ask LeBron as well. He shot like 65% from the free throw line this season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean he's a decent shooter from outside. So you might as well expect him to probably have.
Yeah. He could shoot the ball better from the free throw line, but he has other facets of his game that, make up for that. Every player has a shortcoming. That's one of his shortcomings, but he impacts the game in other ways. Talking about LeBron James here. So yeah, 58-55. We're in the third quarter. 7:15 left. I think the Suns need to have a good possession here, or this game might slip away from them.
Yeah. So since the start of second quarter, Giannis had 19 points for the Bucks, and the rest of the team has only 10 points.
So Giannis is carrying this, and yeah, Bhushan is saying I want to see more NBA, so I want to see the Suns to win Game 6, and let's have a Game 7. Yeah, I agree with you.
Jay Crowder with a 3, and he ties the ball game and an and one. So that's going to be a 4-point play opportunity here for Jay Crowder.
Yeah, he's the only, ladies and gentlemen, again, he's the only player in the series with finals experience. 6 games last year with the Miami Heat, so, but Bhushan is agreeing that we should have a Game 7, so he is going for the Phoenix Suns.
Hey, don't ask me to wake up in the morning again.
Oh, man.
Us Indian fans, it's such a tough situation. I mean, we got to wake up 6:30 in the morning to watch these games, and so.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Pulls up jump shot, fadeaway jumper by Giannis. Giannis is red hot, I would say, in this quarter.
But Phoenix comes back, and let's see.
He's already got 31 points, and Chris Paul.
That's the Dirk fadeaway, nothing but net.
And 61-60 in favor of the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, Chris Paul makes the mid-range shot, I believe.
Lopez with that right hook makes it a 1-point game for the Milwaukee Bucks.
We got a close game here, Mr. Kumar. That's all we can ask for. Who's going to win?
Devin Booker. Jay Crowder. No, this time he misses.
Oh. Who scores on the...
Lopez with that slam. A nice dish from Drew Holiday to Brook Lopez, who was cutting inside.
Oh man, 64-61. Right when the Suns make a little run, the Bucks come back and capture the lead by 3 points, middle of the third quarter.
What just happened there? Okay, they're showing the Brook Lopez. Nice cut by Brook Lopez, and there's nothing anybody could do there.
Oh man, they call it a traveling foul. Chris Paul's favorite ref called a traveling foul on him, or traveling violation. So 64-61. It was a good call though.
Ooh, almost stolen. 5.
That was a poster, by the way, on DeAndre. They just showed the replay. That Lopez dunk. 8 points, 6 rebounds for Brook Lopez.
Ooh, Booker misses that alley-oop from Mikal Bridges. Brook Lopez with another nice little floater, 66-61. So it's a seesaw battle here between the Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Mr. Kumar, we got ourselves a heavyweight fight. Both teams exchanging punches. Who will last? Who will prevail in this NBA Finals Game 6 on the Patel Kumar live watch party?
So going into a zone here for the Phoenix Suns. And a foul here on DeAndre Ayton. So Giannis will go to the free throw lane.
Okay. Yeah. Chris Paul, by the way, silent the crowd with the nice mid-range.
Chris Paul has been on the money. Chris Paul has been on the money.
But he's going to have...
So free throw attempts for Giannis. And he's already got 31 points and 10 rebounds. He's 11 of 17 from the from the field, and 8 of 9 from the free throw lane. DeAndre Ayton is going to have a problem because he's got 4 personal fouls.
And they don't have depth. Like, who are you going to put in? Either the Suns are going to have to go small, or they're going to have to try Frank Kaminsky. So decision time here for Monty Williams.
I think they're going small with Cam Johnson coming in.
And maybe they should bring Cameron Payne, put Cameron Payne and Chris Paul in at the same time, because that lineup has been a little bit effective, this finals. So, ooh, nice free throw by Giannis. I'm not used to seeing him with many makes, but yeah. So yeah, future they're showing in Game 7 would be Thursday night in the U.S., Friday morning in India. The NBA draft, Mr. Kumar, is next Thursday night here in the U.S. The next young wave of stars are going to be so can't wait for that. And Deer District is going crazy.
And Kaminsky comes in as well, so they're going for a little bit. And, oh, wow, an offensive rebound. And Jay Crowder will put it back again, and this time he gets it. Makes it a 2-point game for the Milwaukee Bucks.
This is a critical time. Chris Paul's off the floor, Mr. Kumar. He's been their offense. Can the Suns score enough points to keep up with this Milwaukee Bucks team? But Jay Crowder, yeah, another nice 3.
Giannis. And Holiday from the corner, and he puts a 3 finally, offensively. And Booker.
Come on, they got to get that loose ball. Man.
Ball here on Devin Booker, who'll go to the free throw line. A good pass here by Giannis, recognizing that Drew Holiday is all alone in that corner because he was triple teamed inside the D. And especially with DeAndre Ayton on the bench, the Phoenix Suns would do anything to stop Giannis.
Yeah, and I think they called that a goaltend, but was that a foul also on that Booker drive, Mr. Kumar? I saw the goaltend.
I don't think they called it a goaltend, but they did call it like a foul or a shooting foul.
Oh, okay, so okay. I thought I saw the ref do this, put the symbol like count the bucket. Yeah. Oh no, they did 68.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So and 1. Devin Booker needs to step up. Giannis 31 points, 10 rebounds.
Ooh, I think are they going to have? Are they reviewing this by any chance?
I thought it hit the backboard though. Didn't it look like right there on the side behind it hit the backboard already first before Giannis got there? Very close, but I thought it was a goaltend because right at the bottom it hits the backboard, makes contact with it, and then Giannis touches it. So I thought it was a good call on the floor. Yeah, 1 free throw. Devin Booker, so big shot. 6 points in the third quarter, Mr. Kumar, after having only 4 points this entire first half for Devin Booker.
I think there's some problem with the clock as well or something. I think it's just running or what? Oh,
I think they're trying to get the... Oh, Scott Foster took a little tumble there. They were luckily Chris Paul was on the floor. He would not have helped him up for sure. He probably would have stepped over him, but...
So the second free throw is good as well. So make it a 2-point game. 71-69. So Chris Paul on the bench there.
The Bucks fans are shouting Bucks and 6. They've been shouting that since game 4, Mr. Kumar. That's it.
Timeout here by Mike Budenholzer.
Yep. And
so Devin Booker, who was just 2 of 8 in the first half, is already 3 of 6 in this third quarter. So he's picking up some of the scoring. Chris Paul, the highest scorer for the Phoenix Suns with 17 points. But my God, let me tell you, it's Giannis's game all the way. He's got 33 points and 10 rebounds already.
Double. Yep, he's been doing work, Mr. Kumar.
I think he's totally determined to win this game for the Milwaukee Bucks all alone. And there's not even an iota of doubt, like who would win the Finals MVP if at all, the Milwaukee Bucks win. I think.
Yeah.
But
Let's take this.
In fact, I feel the Finals MVP is Giannis, even if the Phoenix Suns win it. But of course, it's customary to give the award to somebody from the winning team. I think it's a pretty close one there for the Phoenix Suns in terms of Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
I think they're going to give it to Chris Paul, maybe, personally, even though Devin Booker's had 2 40-point games in this finals. But yeah, Giannis has, I can't disagree. Giannis has been the best player in this series. It'll be like a syndrome of, if the Bucks somehow lose in 7 games, it'll be like 2015 LeBron James, against the Golden State Warriors, where, yes, LeBron lost, but there was a real argument that he could have won the Finals MVP because he was the best player on the floor. There was an argument a little bit earlier in the series for Middleton, Mr. Kumar, but that has fallen off, because Giannis has been the best player. And let me read you some team stats. So right now, Suns are shooting 45% from the field to 42% for the Bucks. Suns have made 6 3-pointers to the Bucks 5. Free throw line. Bucks have shot 6 more free throws than the Phoenix Suns, 17 total for the Bucks, 11 for the Phoenix Suns. Rebounding, 37-28, Milwaukee Bucks. And Bucks also hold the edge in the assists, 12-9. Turnovers, Bucks have 12.
Yeah, with all these... Yeah,
go ahead.
No, you can finish the stats. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Bucks had 12 turnovers to the Suns 10. And points in the paint, another big category. Bucks with 36 points in the paint and Suns with 26.
So I think, if you look at Game 5 and Game 6, the statistics, a lot of the statistics are favoring the Phoenix Suns. Even in Game 5, the Phoenix Suns shot 55% from the field, and I think about 60% from the three-point line, and still lost that game, and it just shows you how, formidable this Milwaukee Bucks team is. And the only stats, as you mentioned, they've been really winning in all 5 games and the 6th game are the rebounding and points in the paint.
Yeah, that's
And
the key. If they win the rebounding points in the paint, Bucks are going to win this, win this series and win this game. They hold the edge in both categories.
and it's a huge edge. I mean, it's like almost 25-30% difference in both those categories, and that's where the Milwaukee Bucks have been really good at. And I think they should continue to probably attack the paint, draw some more fouls. As you saw, DeAndre Ayton is in foul trouble again, and Giannis with a nice pass from Drew Holiday here makes it a 4-point game, 73-69, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, great shot, great play by the Milwaukee Bucks there. As Giannis with a nice finish inside, yeah.
And Kaminsky with his first points.
Okay.
Middleton over Devin Booker, almost looking for that foul. Middleton needs to support Giannis here if the Milwaukee Bucks need to continue and win this game. He's one of those key difference makers. Giannis is going to give you those 35 and 15, but at the end of the day, it's Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday who need to pick up the offensive scoring. But a foul called here on Drew Holiday.
Yeah, so the Suns were able to, kind of get close, but the Bucks that keep pushing the lead every time the Suns get close. As too aggressive defense on Drew Holiday on Devin Booker, drawing the foul. 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. I thought that was good defense personally, but
Bobby Portis comes back.
Okay, he's been good, ladies and gentlemen. So let's watch to see what Bobby Portis does. Is he going to play? Is he substituting for Giannis, Mr. Kumar, or are they playing together?
No, the Giannis and Portis on the field together with Middleton, Pat Connaughton, and Drew Holiday.
So that's been a great, lineup, from the bench with Connaughton and Portis and Giannis. So let's see if that can continue to play dividends for the Bucks in this game.
And another foul on Giannis by Jay Crowder, and he's going to go to the free throw lane again.
Yeah, he's being aggressive.
I mean, I told you this before in the second quarter as well. I think the shot selection and the decisions by Giannis in this particular series has been exemplary. He's not, settling for those jumpers from outside, and he's trying to attack the basket more. He's getting more points in the paint, which is, throwing the Phoenix Suns off defensively and also getting them into foul trouble. So, and he's been good from the free throw lane. So
yeah, he's on a liability. So it's not like the Suns are trying to send him there. Yeah.
So basically, it's all a mental game where he's confident in his free throw taking abilities, and he's trying to attack the basket more. A 40-point watch here, 37 points for Giannis. Cameron Payne misses that one very badly, and it's a 4-on-5 situation. And a turnover.
37 points for Giannis. Attacking the basket, 12 of 13 from the line, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. But that miss from Cam Payne was drawn by Bobby Portis. Great block. And that's what he does.
But another point of turnover here. And is it another turnover here for Milwaukee? No.
Luckily, nice finish by Booker.
Yep. They get the ball back.
He kind of looked at Frank Kaminsky, Mr. Kumar, but he was like, no, I'm good. Let me just finish it myself. Kaminsky was wide open.
Yeah. And he also thought maybe he could get a foul or something.
Yeah.
But Pat Connaughton, a very, very lazy pass. They should have had that opportunity to score in that play because it was almost like a 4-on-5 because Cameron Payne was in. And another turnover, but unfortunately, Phoenix could not hold that ball. Cam Johnson, the pass was a little bit further away. Another opportunity lost here for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, you got a capital. Yeah, just far away pass.
both in double digits in the turnover section
But you
so
need to
far.
capitalize on opportunities. Sorry to cut you off there, Mr. Kumar, but you have to capitalize on these opportunities.
A 3-point attempt here by Giannis, one of those rare, and
15 turnovers by the Bucks, ladies and gentlemen.
And
so
the
Phoenix with
defensive
12
last
points
year,
out.
nobody caught Kaminsky down low.
Oh, they cut the 75-77. So we might go to a tie game here in the fourth quarter.
Hey, you know what? We can go to an overtime game.
Double overtime. No, I was kidding. I got nothing. We got nothing. At least I got nothing to do, Mr. Kumar. Right? We can enjoy some great basketball.
Bobby Portis with that foul, with only 24 seconds left. Nice pass here, but unfortunately stripped away.
And they are not in the bonus, so the Suns are going to have to bring the ball out of bounds. And they thought Giannis got fouled, Mr. Kumar. He may have on the other end, but no call.
Yep.
No call. Oh, yeah, he grabbed his arm. Yeah, that was a clear foul. But
yeah, I mean, these are some of those calls that like 50-50, you know. I mean,
there's
so much going inside there.
And Mr. Kumar, you know, as a ref, Mr. Kumar does have some reffing experience. That the game is so fast, you know, it's hard to see, you know, everything, you know. So
Cameron Payne, and there's a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the
look at this
game clock.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has 37 points tonight. The rest of the team has 40 combined.
And that's another foul here on Bobby Portis. And
are they in the bonus now?
Yeah, Devin Booker will go to the free throw lane with 5 seconds remaining.
He has a chance to tie this game.
Ooh.
He has a chance to tie this game going into the fourth quarter. So,
yes, it could be a tied ball game. So the stakes are even. It could be a tight ball game, and you know, the last final 12 minutes of Game 6. Is it going to be the Milwaukee Bucks who are going to be taking that Larry O'Brien trophy, or is it going to be a Game 7 in Phoenix on Thursday night for US and Friday morning for India?
Yeah. 70. So Booker makes the first free throw, and apparently he's going to make the second one according to the scoreboard.
Tied ball game.
All right,
77 all.
Fourth quarter is money time. What's going to happen?
Drew Holiday with that last and final shot, unable to convert. 77 all. Last final 12 minutes of Game 6.
Yep.
37 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And he has been having a phenomenal series so far. Can he get it done? Or
will Chris Paul and Devin Booker bring the Suns home? We'll see, Mr. Kumar. I'll let Mr. Kumar give his analysis coming into the fourth quarter because I'm going to take a quick break. Mr. Kumar, you have the audience to yourself. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
So Chris Paul on the bench right here. It was Cameron Payne who was carrying the load as a point guard in quarter 3, but it has been a very exciting game. 29-16 in quarter 1 for the Milwaukee Bucks. And then it was 47-42 at halftime in favor of the Phoenix Suns. And now it is 77 all. It's a tight ball game. Last 12 minutes remaining. And it's been a topsy-turvy kind of game. In any case, 16-29, as I said, quarter 1. 31-13 in favor of Phoenix Suns in quarter 2. And 30-35 in favor of Milwaukee Bucks in quarter 3. But Giannis, man, he's had 37 points on 12 of 21 shooting from the field and 1 of 3 from the three-point line. But he's been great from the free throw lane. It's 12 of 13. And the top scorer for The Phoenix Suns has been Chris Paul, but this quarter it's been Devin Booker all the way. He was 2 of 8, and he is 4 of 7 from the field and 3 of 3 from the free throw lane, but he is 0 of 4 from the 3-point line. And shooting percentages, 46% from the field for Phoenix and 41.5 for the Milwaukee Bucks. From the 3-point lane, it's been not really great for both teams. 6 of 17, 35% for the Phoenix Suns, and only 21% for the Milwaukee Bucks. And free throws, Milwaukee Bucks have at 18 of 19. That's 94%, and bulk of it, of course, coming from Giannis. So, final 12 minutes, the fourth quarter.
All right, I'm back, Mr. Kumar. I'm ready to see some fireworks. Get your popcorn ready. Fourth quarter, are the Milwaukee Bucks going to win the championship and host the trophy, or the Phoenix Suns going to force a Game 7? Cannot wait. It is tied 77-all heading into the fourth quarter. Giannis with 37 points by himself, and like I said earlier, the rest of the team combined has only 40 points.
Yeah, since you took a break, now I'm leaving you with the audience for
a
few minutes so that I can take a quick break and come back and cover the final 12 minutes of
Mr. Kumar is just going to go get his popcorn as we are ready for this fourth quarter. So go ahead.
Not popcorn, but because it's early in the morning, I'm going to go get some cookies, So.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Kumar. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Paul is going to be coming back, in this game as he was sitting getting a rest in the third quarter. And I was worried a little bit that hey, Chris Paul has been the best player, for the Suns. Can he continue? Can the Suns stay afloat, with Chris Paul on the bench? And they more than did, Devin Booker had a nice, stretch there, and Chris Paul is going to be coming back. And let's see if Giannis is going to get tired or not, and he can continue to attack the basket and make free throws. Or will Middleton and, Holiday step up and be the closers, especially Middleton? We know that they can be. So, the Bucks, the keys for them is they point in the paint, limiting the turnovers, getting Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday going. Keys for the Suns, Chris Paul and, Devin Booker need to have a huge fourth quarter. DeAndre Ayton needs to dominate inside. And the role players, Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder need to make shots. So those are the keys for both teams as we are getting ready to start this fourth quarter with the Suns have the ball. So let's see what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So the Bucks score and the Phoenix Suns both score. Bobby Portis makes the mid-range shot for the Bucks. He's been very key, to them. So, and Frank Kaminsky on the other end makes a nice layup. But then on the other end for the Bucks, bringing it back down the floor, Chris Middleton gets a bad turnover, a bad pass out of bounds. And Brook Lopez comes back into the game for Pat Connaughton. So it is closing time here for the Milwaukee Bucks. Both teams are getting their starters back in. And we're ready for the stretch run here in this fourth quarter. So, and Cameron Johnson comes back down the floor, misses the open three-pointer just from 26 feet. Drew Holiday with the rebound. But Drew Holiday makes the three-point shot, and the Bucks lead 82-79. And Chris Paul comes back and makes the floater to cut the lead to 1 for the Bucks. 82-81. We play about 2 minutes left in this, fourth quarter. And PJ Tucker draws the foul. Again, Drew Holiday makes the big shot as well as, Chris Paul. And Chris Paul is able to draw the foul and get to the free throw line, making the first one. He's very inept at, getting to his spots, whether it's on the floater or whether it's, that mid-range shot. He does a great job of dictating the pace, knows the balance when to facilitate and then when to score. And he's doing a great job of kind of getting the feel like, okay, hey, guys, this is a must-win game that I need to score in order for us to win. He's doing a great job with that as he completes the three-point play. Cameron Johnson with a huge block on Bobby Portis's 2-point shot, but the Bucks get the offensive rebound. So the Bucks still lead in this game, 84-82. Bobby Portis again is doing more work, makes a nice floater there. The Suns come back down the other way. How long can they play without DeAndre Ayton? DeAndre Ayton has 4 fouls, in this game. And yeah, so again, Cameron Johnson with a nice block off of that transition opportunity by the Milwaukee Bucks, and they call it is Bucks ball. But there was a little scuffle between Portis and Cameron Johnson, but the two teams are broken apart. And I believe it's the timeout Phoenix Suns. It's getting a little testy here. Crowd getting involved. As 9:45 left to play in this fourth quarter, Mr. Kumar is back. And Bobby Portis, Mr. Kumar, continue to bring that energy for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, a nice little floater there to cut it to a 2-point game, a 2-point lead for Milwaukee Bucks. And of course, having a war of words here between Chris Paul, Bobby Portis, just having a big smile at him. And there's a conference going on.
Exchange.
And a timeout here taken by Phoenix Suns.
The crowd is getting into it, Mr. Kumar. Bobby Portis always injects that energy both in his teammates in the crowd because of his hustle plays, his shot-making ability. The crowd was chanting, Bobby, Bobby. So let's see if that injects some energy and gets everybody else going on the Milwaukee Bucks side.
I think they're just going to take a look at it. If it was like a technical foul or something, and who pushed whom.
Mm-hmm. How are your cookies, Mr. Kumar?
Good, actually.
All right. And he has Mr. Kumar, of course, has his coffee already. He's been drinking. So.
And I have my Lakers.
Yeah, always repping the
coffee
Lakers.
Mug.
Yep, man, I'm sure Mr. Kumar misses LeBron James. Oh, wow. I like it. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kumar's daughter is as big of a LeBron fan as Mr. Kumar is. Right? She was asking where LeBron James was the other day.
Yeah, he was cooling his heels off in Phoenix, watching that Game 5, supporting his brother, Chris Paul.
Hey, Cole, welcome back. Hey, I hope you're enjoying this game so far. We got a close game here down the stretch. Again, Cole says the Phoenix Suns win 104-100. Hey, your prediction's on track, Cole. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I think this quarter, is going to be really, really feisty. Both teams are going to really fight for it, and
both teams are playing for something. Yeah.
Phoenix Suns are looking for their maiden championship. They want to force a Game 7 for sure and probably take it back to Phoenix, where they hold a little bit of an advantage in terms of playing at home. And but for Milwaukee Bucks, I think they really need to make sure they close it out here because it's a golden opportunity for them playing at home, with the crowd. And, it'll be very tough for them to go to Phoenix and beat them again in Phoenix. They did beat them in Game 5, but at the same time.
But history's not on their side, There's only been like a handful number of teams that have won a road Game 7. Of course, LeBron is one of them in 2016. But, yeah, history is not on their side, so let's see if they can close it out tonight. So
they turned the ball over to
they were just reviewing it to see who was out. Oh, yeah, it clearly touched Bobby Portis' hand after Cameron Johnson knocked it out. So good call by the refs.
Oh, I think they challenged it. So I think Monty Williams challenged it, and that's the reason they took it, probably. Okay. I don't know. And maybe that's why they took a timeout to review that play.
Yeah, so whatever it is, it works out in the Suns' favor, Mr. Kumar. Suns get the ball back. So see if they can tie it here.
9 minutes, 41 seconds left. 84-82. Milwaukee Bucks. 37 points for Giannis. And he is on the floor. And Ayton is back as well. He's on 4 personal fouls. Chris Paul has 3 personal fouls. Jay Crowder left all alone here. And he misses that.
He was too open.
He was really open. He was not too open. He was really, really open. And he loses. Drew Holiday loses that ball. Another turnover for Milwaukee Bucks. I think that would be their 16th or 17th turnover, mind you. 18th, actually.
Oh, man.
Shot clock at 7. Devin Booker. And reject. By Jay Crowder. Giannis with a putback. Middleton misses that layup, but Giannis was right there. 39 points for Giannis.
But the Suns come back. Mr. Kumar. Chris Paul makes the mid-range jumper to cut the lead to 2. 84-86.
Nice mid-range jumper by Chris Paul. He had Giannis on him, and he tried to go inside, but nice little step back. 22 points here for Chris Paul.
And that was on Giannis too, Mr. Kumar.
And another foul here on DeAndre Ayton. So Ayton picks up his 5th personal foul, and Giannis will go to the free throw lane.
Oh, God.
So Kaminsky will check back in for DeAndre Ayton.
That's not good news at all for Kaminsky to play in this 4th quarter.
Giannis, he can make it a 40-point game here. He's only shooting 59% from the field, from the free throw lane this entire series. But today, he's been phenomenal and make it 40 points. 40 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 2-time MVP and most likely candidate for the Finals MVP if the Bucks win tonight.
Yeah, he is the candidate. He is the lead candidate. So makes the first free throw. Makes the second free throw.
Huge block just before in the play. And he makes it 41. Make it 41 for Giannis. And a 4-point game for the Milwaukee Bucks. 88-84 with 8 minutes left.
So let's see what the Suns can do coming back down the floor.
They call foul on Bobby Portis for I don't know why. Because Jay Crowder.
I got to see it again.
Yeah, Jay Crowder just fell down.
Oh, he almost got the technical foul for running down the floor.
He did get a technical foul.
Oh, he did get a technical. Yeah.
But luckily, Chris Paul misses that free throw. And I don't think this was not a foul on Bobby Portis at all. I mean,
ball don't lie. Crowder just fell, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah, Crowder just fell, and it's just I think Bobby Portis is also going to be on foul trouble. Let me see here. I think he is. Yeah, he's got 4 personal fouls.
So did he make the free throw or miss it? Because they're not changing the
score.
score.
Chris Paul missed it.
Oh, God. Wow. You don't see him missing a lot of these free throws. Oh, God. I guess ball don't lie, Mr. Kumar.
And ball is stolen by Giannis. And he tries to go inside and gets a foul. And they try to get a foul on Devin Booker by Giannis in that previous play. And everybody thought so it was a foul, but he didn't get that call. But Giannis gets that call. Oh, so it's a technical foul on Devin Booker as well. I think at least they've been consistent with that because Devin Booker wasn't happy with that call on Giannis this
I thought he
time
got
because he
fouled,
thought.
though. Well, no, that
I
actually looks
think
pretty clean.
41 points, 13 rebounds for Giannis.
I actually thought that was actually a good, clean call, Mr. Kumar.
Make it 89-84. Makes the first free throw. Chris Middleton there trying to talk to his guys, keep calm, and just play the game. Tonight, he has been 15 of 16 from the line, and that's been the biggest difference maker for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
And he makes it another one, make it 16 of 17. It's a 6-point ball game. What is it going to be, Mr. Patel? Can the Phoenix Suns make a comeback?
I don't know. They need to get some stops. They're scoring, Mr. Kumar, but they're not getting any stops on the defensive end on the floor, and that's really hurting them. And Giannis is just automatic now. He's looking like Steph Curry out there from the free throw line. Only one missed free throw the entire night.
Yeah, and Chris Paul draws a foul on Giannis. I think that was a good sellout by Chris Paul. I don't think it was like really a foul by.
I guess they're trying to say the makeup call for that Booker missed call, Mr. Kumar. So Chris Paul gonna shoot. I thought both. I didn't think that. I'm going for the Suns, Mr. Kumar, but I'm not trying to be biased. I didn't think that was a foul call. I thought that was good defense by Giannis. But
I thought so too, because I think they're going to change the rules next season, wherein these kind of fouls, like in terms of the player kicking out their legs
and flopping and
yeah,
no, exactly, and the foul hunting, Mr. Kumar. You know that Trey Young likes to do. You know, jumping into a player, defender that's standing still. You know, that those calls are going to be eliminated next year. So,
and a foul here on Giannis, but I think I don't think it'll be in the act of shooting. Push here by Chris Paul. So Chris Paul will also be on 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, man. DeAndre Ayton with 5 fouls. Chris Paul with 4 fouls.
Portis with an easy layup.
But that was a good foul by Chris because that would have been an easy, a dunk.
Easy dunk. Yes, that was an intelligent foul, as you call it. So Giannis on Chris Paul. Chris Middleton on Devin Booker. Devin Booker gets that rim roll and makes it a 4-point game. 6 minutes 30. It's getting really hot in the Fisher Forum in Milwaukee.
Yep.
And a huge slam by Giannis. And Chris Paul, turnover, loses the ball again.
Oh, God. It's not looking good at all now.
Would control it.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder on him. Jay Crowder. And a turnaround jumper. Chris Middleton unable to score that. It's the front rim. Rebound. Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker with the ball.
They need to score here, Mr. Kumar.
Yeah. And defense. Whoa! It's an offensive foul. Yes, it is. On Devin Booker. Great defense by Pat Connaughton. So 2 continuous turnovers here for the Phoenix Suns. 1 by Chris Paul and an offensive foul here by Devin Booker. Devin Booker trying to get his shoulder on
that was a good call.
Chest.
That was a good call.
Nice entry pass here by Chris Middleton. Nobody could do anything. Ayton.
Oh yeah, he clearly, yeah. Even though he did sell it a little bit, but it was a
Pat Connaughton with an offensive rebound. No, that was a bad shot.
Okay, Suns score, Mr. Kumar. We're back in business. 4-point game.
Aiton, Jay Crowder. And he makes a tough shot. Makes it a 4-point game. And a timeout here by Mike Budenholzer, who will try to settle down his team. 94-90. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in this final quarter, Game 6. The series lead with the Milwaukee Bucks, 3-2. Are they going to win the NBA Finals 2021? Or is Phoenix Suns going to force a Game 7 and take it back to the Valley? And that's the million-dollar question we have here tonight.
Yeah, who's going to want it more? Who's going to make the plays down the stretch? Who's going to execute on both ends of the floor? Which team is going to make more shots? And, I can't wait. We have under 5 minutes left to play here in this game. Very close game, 94-90. Milwaukee Bucks. As we're going to see what's going to happen, Mr. Kumar. Can Giannis finally get that elusive first championship? And, yep, Bobby Crazy Eyes Portis has 16 points, as Ekalavias is saying. So,
Crazy Eyes. The Fisher Forum is totally charged up. The Milwaukee fans inside the stadium, the Milwaukee fans outside the stadium in the Deer District, they are going crazy.
Yep. I cannot wait. We just got a close game, Mr. Kumar. Mr. Kumar, that's all we want is a close game down to the wire, and that's what we got.
Hey, man, I'm totally charged up now. I got
Woo!
three cups of coffee inside me, a couple of cookies with a lot of sugar in it. So I'm like totally charged up.
And usually it's late. It's 10:30 here in the U.S. I'm usually tired, but I'm all hyped up too, Mr. Kumar. It's the NBA Finals. I'm ready to see what's going to happen down the stretch. So
you gotta get dinner after the game.
I ate dinner before the game, but I might also eat after the game, Mr. Kumar.
Oh yeah, I mean, so much talking makes you hungry, isn't it?
It does. And you were talking about biryani earlier, and that was getting me. My stomach was growling there a little bit. So.
Is it gonna be Chris Paul? But those two costly turnovers, especially in the late game. I mean, that's what happened in Game 4 as well. Chris Paul had those two costly turnovers, turned the ball over, and Milwaukee Bucks capitalized on that. So 94-90, and so far 17 turnovers for the Milwaukee Bucks and 13 for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game. So we're back here, Mr. Kumar. Some team stats, let me read you quickly. 45% shooting for the Suns, 43% shooting for the Bucks. Both teams that made 6 3-pointers. Bucks had the advantage of +6 at the free throw line. A 48-32 rebound advantage, Mr. Kumar. 17-13 assist advantage. And
Chris Middleton!
46 points in the paint for the Bucks to 38 points in the paint for the Phoenix Suns.
I'm going to be a little bit ahead of you again because as I've switched over from the League Pass back to my Star Sports coverage in India, lucky to have spot. And another strip by PJ Tucker, another turnover. So 3 turnovers for the Phoenix Suns in 4 opportunities here. So they're not protecting the ball well at all in this final minutes. Nice.
At the worst time, the worst possible time, they're doing all these turnovers. So
I think it was a foul on PJ Tucker, but these are really close calls.
But they're gonna let them play a little bit more physical. It's a NBA Finals. So.
And a very bad shot here by Drew Holiday. He's been struggling offensively this particular game. He did really well last game. Aiton, unable to convert. Again, having a very, very tough game.
Oh, yeah, he got his wrist for sure.
Giannis Antetokounmpo! Make it an 8-point game for the Milwaukee Bucks. 47 points.
Yeah. Man, he's about to go for a 50-piece here, Mr. Kumar.
Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Aiton. And that's an easy layup for Aiton.
That's usually money for him, but he saw Giannis there lurking around, and that affected his shot.
And a timeout here by Milwaukee Bucks.
47 points, 12 rebounds, 15 of 24 from the field. What a game. 6 by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Man, he is really playing like one of those stars. He is really coming up. He's age only 26. He has a long way to go. At age 26, LeBron James, also had like 2 MVPs. I think 7 All-Star appearances, whereas Antetokounmpo has 2 MVPs and 6 All-Star appearances. It's pretty much like the same comparison, but he's at another level right now. I think he's taking the mantle away from LeBron James.
Oh, wow. Yeah. He's a 2-time MVP, Mr. Kumar. The only really thing that was missing from his resume, was a championship. He's had some flameouts, in the past, losing to the Raptors after being up 2-0, losing last year to the Miami Heat. And then this year, really breaking through and winning his first championship at the age of 26 in the middle of his prime. That's going to be huge for Giannis going forward. And let's see if he can continue to build on it. And it's really a big thing, staying loyal in Milwaukee, signing that Supermax contract, and winning a championship, Mr. Kumar, with the team that you're drafted by, with this wonderful fans of Milwaukee who have not won a championship in 50 years. So it's going to be a very memorable championship for Giannis and the Bucks.
And the good thing about Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks is, they've kind of stuck to a process. They haven't really tried to form like super teams, trying to get, players like stars, stuff like that. It's been like more like a rebuilding process. Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, they got drafted young and they've been with the team, almost like 6 or 7 years now. Of course, Chris Paul gets traded from Oklahoma City. Same thing with the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been Chris Middleton and Giannis for this entire process. And of course, they added Drew Holiday last season, trading for Eric Bledsoe and George Hill. So both teams, kind of similar path towards winning the championship. Unlike a Brooklyn Nets or the Lakers or the Clippers, who try to build a team with a lot of superstars.
I want to give credit. I agree with you, Mr. Kumar. I want to give credit to the Bucks front office because they're staying, loyal to Giannis. They're actually trying to build a team around Giannis to show that he can win here in Milwaukee. Chris Middleton, of course, signing him to that max contract. Drew Holiday was a very good pickup. They got Pat Connaughton.
49 points.
Oh!
For Giannis with a nice floater. 192. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left.
Yeah, I just want to give credit to them for building a team around Giannis, a team that can, play well and complement him, and it's really shown so far in the finals. But I'll let us get back to this play-by-play. We could talk about all the legacy stuff in our next show, Mr. Kumar.
Jake Crowder misses that open three-pointer again. He's been left open twice, and he's unable to hit it. We are reaching the 2-minute mark.
You got me so excited.
2-minute mark.
You got me so excited thinking he was going to make that shot, Mr. Kumar. But it looks like it's over.
Bobby Portis. Oh, man, he misses. That would have been a dagger. And Booker gets that 2 points to make it a 6-point game. 1 minute, 45 seconds. Is it going to be the Milwaukee Bucks, the new champions of the NBA 2021 season? Or is it going to be and a turnover by Chris Middleton here?
If they just they're down by 6 points. They need a couple of threes to go for the Suns and some stops.
I think it's a lot of time. The Phoenix Suns only need to
make 2 threes.
Play it safe, and just control the ball. And either it's going to be Devin Booker or Chris Paul.
Yeah. 1 minute 33 seconds, 6-point game by the Milwaukee Bucks. Will we crown an NBA champion tonight, Mr. Kumar, or will the Suns dig deep and force a Game 7?
Crowder misses, but the follow-through won't count. Jay Crowder will go to the free throw lane with 1 minute 14 seconds left.
They have some live. Was it 3 shots or 2 shots?
2 shots. 2 shots.
Okay.
Jay Crowder was going for a layup.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, he did get him on his hand. And but 1 minute 14 seconds, 6-point ball game for the Milwaukee Bucks. Jay Crowder, pressure free throws coming up. And he makes the first one. 9,500.
Yep. Ooh. Can they make it interesting, Mr. Kumar? Can the Suns come back? I don't know. We'll see.
They did try to make a comeback in Game 5, in the last final seconds, because they were trailing by 11 or 12, and they cut the lead to like 2 or 3. 2 both free throws for Jay Crowder, and a 4-point ball game.
Oh, good. Come on. We got a close game here. Whew. Clutch free throws, 13 points for the night for Jay Crowder.
On to Tecumpo. Chris Middleton. And he makes it! Chris Middleton! 56 seconds left. And it's a 6-point ball game.
They need a 3 here.
Throughout this game.
They need a 3 here, the Suns. Mr. Kumar getting too hype, ladies and gentlemen, for his Milwaukee Bucks.
Man, it's a 6-point ball game, 56 seconds left. What is your call, Mr. Patel?
I need the Suns to make a 3 here, get a stop, make another 3, and force this game to overtime. That is the call for the Phoenix Suns. But for the Bucks, make another dagger, get a stop, get another dagger, and you win the game. Basically, simple as that. But we are in timeout.
56 seconds is like almost, 3 ball possessions. So
yeah.
And you can Phoenix Suns can have 2 ball possessions, and the Milwaukee Bucks, have 1. So it's a really crucial play here for the Phoenix Suns. If they get a basket, I think all they need to do is no commit fouls and make sure they defend the Milwaukee Bucks, and they can probably force an overtime or win the ball game.
I think they need to go for a 3. They can go for a quick 2, maybe trap in the backcourt without fouling, as Mr. Kumar said. Hope to speed the Bucks up a little bit, force a turnover. They just need to they need to elongate this game. So the Suns, but it starts with scoring here. If the Phoenix Suns do not score here, the game is over, and hope maybe the Bucks take a bad shot or commit a turnover. So every possession is key now for this Phoenix Suns team. They need to score and capitalize on every possession, Mr. Kumar. 56 seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. 102-96 Milwaukee Bucks closing in on their second championship in their franchise history. It's been
and Devin Booker misses that one.
Yeah, it's over. It's over, Mr. Kumar.
That was a good look for Devin Booker. I think they wrote that play really well, but it's unfortunate that he couldn't make it. And a foul here on Mikal Bridges.
Was it a 2 or 3?
3.
Yeah. Cole, buddy, I'm in the same boat as you. My prediction is going to be wrong also. I picked the Phoenix Suns. So, looks like the Milwaukee Bucks are going to win this game.
And 2 free throws here, Chris Middleton. And he makes the first one, makes it a 7-point game. So they need 3 possessions now almost, which is kind of impossible with 44 seconds left. An 8-point game. All they need to do is control the ball. That's it for the Milwaukee Bucks. 3-point attempt by Chris Paul, and he misses. And a rebound here by Antetokounmpo. And that's pretty much the end
ball
of
game.
the ball game.
That is ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
Milwaukee
The Milwaukee Bucks are the 2021 NBA champions.
We still have some time left. A timeout called here by Mike Budenholzer.
Oh, okay. I just got a little too ahead of myself, but it is the inevitable.
And the monsoons again creating havoc for me with the signals. So I got to switch back to the league pass. Now I'm back, and you can feel the sense of that win coming to the Milwaukee Bucks. 104-96 with only 25 seconds left. The Deer District is loud and clear.
The Deer District is going nuts, Mr. Kumar. They can 65,000 strong, celebrating this championship. They're going to celebrate it all throughout the night. Milwaukee is going to be a crazy place. Man.
Champion is going to be crowned. The Milwaukee Bucks.
Pop the champagne, Mr. Kumar.
3 long years. So ladies and gentlemen, although we may not have a Game 7 live watch party, we're going to come on Friday evening, 7 p.m. India time, with the Patel and Kumar NBA talk show to recap everything that happened in the past season, and especially the finals. And so tune into the Patel and Kumar NBA talk show, 7 p.m. India time on Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be at night, 7 p.m. India time. Be sure to tune into that, our show. You can watch it on the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel and the Ekalavia YouTube channel. We're going to talk all about this series, Mr. Kumar. What a game. It hasn't happened yet, but the Bucks are going to win the NBA championship. The Bucks fans can pop the champagne. Giannis wins his first championship. Coach Bud, the whole crew. Congratulations again to the Milwaukee Bucks.
I think it's not been an easy task for Mike Budenholzer. He was criticized, the last couple of seasons.
He was on the hot seat this whole playoffs.
And, it was a tough situation there, but they kept persistent with Mike Budenholzer. There were also talks of, maybe having a different direction with the coach, but it is Mike Budenholzer, Giannis, and Chris Middleton, the core of this team. And of course, they traded for Drew Holiday last season, and they signed him to, a big contract. And of course, a supermax contract for Giannis. And everybody thought that it was a gamble, but, it all is working out for the Milwaukee Bucks.
It is. They went with, Chris Middleton, extended him, maxed him out. Drew Holiday, they got him. They super maxed Giannis. They got Pat Connaughton, Bobby Portis, and it results in a championship. The city of Milwaukee is going to go crazy, and the Bucks win the first championship in 50 years, Mr. Kumar.
So Pat Connaughton misses both those free throws, but
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter because
but what a performance,
11 seconds remaining.
Kumar. Just real quick, sorry to cut you off. 47 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks for Giannis, 15 of 20
49 points.
Field. What a
49
performance.
points. 49 points, and
excuse me.
for him to make 50 points. A 50-point final performance, I think, is unheard of.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 50 points. Thank you. Thank you for, what a game. What a game.
I don't know if I remember correctly. I think Michael Jordan has a 60-point game in an NBA Finals against the Phoenix Suns in 1993. But this performance needs to be talked about because it has been a phenomenal performance. He's today he's carried this team on his own. He didn't have really good support from Middleton. He didn't have a really good support from Drew Holiday, a little bit of support from Bobby Portis, but he's carried this team today all on his own.
Mr. Kumar, he gets crushed when he struggles in the playoffs. The Raptors and the Heat. We need
50 points.
We need to give
50 points.
50. We need to give him his due, Mr. Kumar, when he plays well. Clutch performances throughout this playoffs. And yes, congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a big-time performer. So I definitely agree with that. And yes,
I think it's a great occasion for. Yeah, there you are. He didn't want to wear this because he was supporting the Phoenix Suns.
I was supporting the Suns, though.
And now he's sticking out the jersey out. And I mean, you got to talk even about PJ Tucker. He was a mid-season, acquisition from the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, he's been, phenomenal in the on the defensive end. You're never going to get scoring from PJ Tucker, but you're going to get defense all the time from PJ Tucker. He's going to go at it, even if it's a 7-foot tall guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a great player, great defender, great leader.
So just for argument's sake, I think PJ Tucker is going to call James Harden and say, "Hey, you know what? I got the ring first than you, James Harden."
And Giannis can call James Harden. They were having a beef. Hey, I won a legitimate championship before you. So a lot of people can call James Harden on that, Mr. Kumar. Because James Harden said earlier about Giannis, it doesn't take that much skill to just run and dunk. But of course, Giannis now.
And that's it. PJ Tucker has a rebound. And that's
NBA champions, Milwaukee Bucks! Milwaukee Bucks, NBA champions!
I did call Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship right before this series started. A lot of people doubted that after they fell 2-0, but they have come back from 2-0 deficit against the Brooklyn Nets. They came back 2-0 deficit, against the Phoenix Suns. So congratulations to Giannis Antetokounmpo. But again, a very, very sad moment for Chris Paul here. I think he did whatever he could to get this young Phoenix team to believe in themselves and make it a run for the finals.
No, he was amazing. Chris Paul was really good in this series. He was just hampered a couple games with an injury. Devin Booker, Mr. Kumar, we have to respect his game. He played really well. Monty Williams. We don't want to take anything from the fact. What a great year by the Phoenix Suns, making it this far. Nobody expected them to make it this far, but the Bucks were just a little better in the series, and it showed, Mr. Kumar. And the Bucks, that's why they're the NBA champions.
And the emotions all running out for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's an NBA champion now. That you can call him.
NBA champion. He's a two-time MVP. He's an NBA champion, and I'm 100% sure he's going to be the Finals MVP as well. So
I'm more like 1,000.
His name is going to be written with one of the greats of NBA basketball, which includes Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, among Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, all these guys. I mean, his name is going to be among the top.
He definitely is, Mr. Kumar. He's won all the awards, two-time MVP. He won an Improved Player of the Year, an NBA champion. He's going to be a Finals MVP. This is just the beginning. He's only 26, ladies and gentlemen, middle of his prime. So many more years left to play. He's going to be long-term in Milwaukee. So what a game, what a season by Giannis in the Milwaukee Bucks. Nobody saw this coming, and the Bucks are the NBA champions and at top of the mountain, Mr. Kumar.
And it's just humble personalities, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday. I mean, these are not like the real flashy guys that get talked about all the time. Maybe Giannis to a little bit of extent, but again, he's never been in the limelight too often. But, this is going to put him in the limelight now. I mean, now there's going to be more expectation now that he's an NBA champion. He's going to be the Finals MVP. He's been the two-time, regular season MVP. He's been the two-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. So the accolades are all just piling up for Giannis, and I'm just so happy for this kid who came out from Greece, the Greek freak, and of course his brother did tease him that he won the championship last year with the Los Angeles Lakers, but Giannis will get the opportunity to come back at his brother and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm a champion too." And the new champion.
And I led my team to championship. All three Antetokounmpo brothers, Mr. Kumar, are champions. Yeah, Giannis, what a story. This lanky kid, originally from Nigeria, via Greece, comes to the NBA, dominates, and he's at the top, Mr. Kumar, and he's only going to get better. So what a story. Mr. Kumar, the NBA now, what a great story. A small market team winning that shows that, hey, you can stay loyal. You can stay with your team that drafted you, and you will win a championship rather than these super teams. So what a time for the NBA, Mr. Kumar.
It is. And they have won 4 straight games in this final series.
Yeah.
They lost the first 2 in Phoenix, and they beat the Phoenix Suns for 4 straight games, which has not happened in this postseason at all, you know. So fantastic play by the Milwaukee Bucks. I think they did all the right things. I think everybody thought that Monty Williams was a better coach than Mike Budenholzer, but I think props to Mike Budenholzer as well, who is now a champion coach. He did great with the Atlanta Hawks team, 4 or 5 years ago. And now, the last 3 years, he's been with the Milwaukee Bucks. He's turned around this team. And congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks organization. Congratulations to Mike Budenholzer. Congratulations to Giannis, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and all those players who put in all the hard work.
Yeah, it was a team effort, Mr. Kumar. Yes, Giannis is the MVP, but it was a team effort. So they're about to host the Larry O'Brien Trophy. We're going to stay with you just a couple more minutes. I want to hear them announce the Finals MVP, Mr. Kumar. Yeah. Then we'll sign off. Again, ladies and gentlemen, until they do announce the Finals MVP, tune in this Friday at 7 p.m. India time. We're going to recap the Finals, recap the season. It's going to be a show format. You see more of me and Mr. Kumar. So we want to see you Friday, 7 p.m. India time. You can watch on the ECLABS YouTube channel and the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel as the commissioner is about to come on, Mr. Kumar, and award the Milwaukee Bucks the NBA Finals, the NBA trophy.
Yep, Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA. Of course, with Malika Andrews, a lot of controversy there with Malika Andrews covering the NBA Finals.
The Rachel Nichols, Malika Andrews beef that was happening, but nevertheless, Malika is covering these NBA Finals. What do they say? That is.
Oh, you're like about 6-7 seconds behind.
Adam Silver's on the mic.
So Larry O'Brien Trophy, which is right here on my chest as well. And that's the owner of the Milwaukee Bucks lifting that trophy after 50 long years. The last time they won, they had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in their lineup.
And they're interviewing the owner, Mark Lazary. And Mr. Kumar's a little bit ahead of me, so he'll know the MVP a couple seconds before me. So
yeah, but I think they're going to have the speeches before. I think Mike Budenholzer is going to talk now, the coach.
Mr. Kumar, the Milwaukee crowd called it. They kept saying Buxton 6, and hey, it happened.
They're calling out MVP.
Oh,
I don't think.
I'm still on Budenholzer, Mr. Kumar. Go ahead.
Giannis!
No surprise. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No surprise there, and deservedly, the Finals MVP. Man, I think it's been a great journey for this young man. As you said, came out from poverty. He came from Greece, got drafted to the Milwaukee Bucks. And today, he can call himself a proud champion and a proud Finals MVP.
Yep. And Animesh, he's asking who is MVP. They just named Giannis the MVP, Animesh. So he's the Finals MVP this year. And the crowd serenading him with MVP chants.
Well,
I don't think Giannis can even... Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to end the show because it's pretty much done here. I want to thank all the fans for this wonderful season. It was a tough season, marred by COVID, but finally we got it done, and we have a new champion in Milwaukee Bucks. Of course, we end the live watch party for this season, but we will come back, for the next season. But we will be having our talk show on Friday evening to recap the entire season. So tune in to the Patel and Kumar NBA talk show on the Ekalavyas YouTube channel and the Patel Pick and Roll Sports YouTube channel. And make sure you like, subscribe to our social media handles on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This is our last watch party for the season. We're going to have our season finale this Friday, so be sure to tune in for that. And, hey, we have some interesting topics we're going to talk about. Is Giannis the best player in the NBA? Hear me and Mr. Kumar's thoughts on that on the show Friday, and we're going to talk about all the NBA finals. We cannot wait. Everybody in India, have a great rest of your day. Everybody in the U.S., good night. But we're signing off, Mr. Kumar. Milwaukee Bucks! Milwaukee Bucks! NBA champions!